Okay, tell me finished or not yet. Roosevelt, Javier, Jeremy,
It's difficult.
tell me, what do you think about the English loan words? What do you think, Javier? For example, potato, cacao, tango, those are words that come from Spanish, but now we use them in English too. Okay, so let's go with that. Let's continue. This was just for fun. And okay, before we go to the break, because we are about to have a break now, we are going to do the last activity. This is going to be a reading activity, and we are going to check the way that we can compare, the way that we can make comparisons in English, and after that, we can take a break. So this is on page 31. Page 31, can you see it? We are going to read this article and then we are going to identify the ways, the forms that we can use to make comparisons in English. So I need all your help. You can start reading, please. Roosevelt, can you read, please, the first paragraph? Go, please.
People often think that their language is the very best in the world. The British writer and wordsmith Stephen Fry says English has the largest vocabulary by a long, 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 long way. Some estimate but the numbers of words uh, uh, 250,000.
200,000.
Okay. Others had
250,000, I guess. Let me see. 250,000.
250,000. Other are 600.
Mhm.
Okay. Others are more than a million. A million. This is quite a lot more words than language like Spanish and German, and twice as many as French.
So, what do you think about it? Do you agree? Do you consider that English has the largest vocabulary?
I'm not sure about that because, um, well, in Spanish, we have many words that means same thing, same thing. So I'm not sure about that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, right. Actually, this is like an estimation, like an approximation, and we may not sure about that, okay? If this is real or no. Okay, Super Roosevelt, got it. Let's continue, please. Can you read the next paragraph, Jeremy?
Uh, but not everyone agrees that English has the most words of any language. Some say that Arabic has many more words than English, 25 times as many words, in fact. And according to the Guinness Book of Records, Greek has a much more extensive vocabulary than any other language, with about uh, five, 5 million,
Million. Mhm.
5 million words and a near monopoly in fields such as medicine, mathematics, science, and astronomy. So, which is it? Which language really does have the most words?
Okay, thank you, Jeremy. Well, according to the Guinness Book of Records, it is Greek. Yeah, about 5 million words. But that doesn't mean that we use all those words. Remember that words uh, are more specific to a field, but we don't use them every day. So Let's go, okay, and let's identify the way that we can express, the way that we can express the comparisons in English. As for example, here you are. Why do you think people believe their language is the best? Remember, we can use superlative, and superlative we use it whenever we are comparing three or more objects. Is the best in the world. Is the best in the world. Can you see it? Number two, who thinks English has the largest? Okay, largest also, this is a superlative by a long, long way. And number three, which language has quite a lot more? Don't forget, in this case, we can also use a quantifier and intensifiers to express that, okay? Which language has quite a lot? The translation could be as muchas más o bastantes más palabras que en Spanish. Okay, finally, let's go with that, and here you go. Don't forget that many we can also use to make comparisons, but in this case, just for countable. Which language has many more words than English? This is for countable. Number five, what is much more extensive? In this case, much, we use it for uncountable. And don't forget that we can also use the expression as. Not only for many, but for any adjective. For example, you can say, Jeremy is as tall as Roosevelt, for example. Jeremy is as tall as Roosevelt, as. That means tanto co. To make a comparison, and in this comparison, we are referring that both Jeremy and Roosevelt have a similar in terms of that, or are very similar in terms of that adjective. Okay? So this is the way that we can use comparisons. With superlative, when we are comparing three or more. Whenever we are comparing two, remember we use the comparative, that we gotta use ER or more. Then remember we can use intensifiers as, for example, quite a lot, many, much, and don't forget the use of as many as much as. Okay? Tell me any question, you got it? Javier, have a question?
No, I got it.
You got it, super. Tell me, Jeremy, Roosevelt.
No questions.
No questions? Okay, so I think that we can finish for this part. We can start with that, and we started with this. So right now, we are going to take a break. Let me see what time is it. So yeah, it is 12:05. We are going to have 15 minutes. Let me share the timer and see you after 15 minutes. Remember, you gotta be with your cameras off, with your cameras and your microphones off, and see you after 15 minutes, okay? Don't leave the meeting, just wait until the timer's up. Hold on. Okay, so see you in 15 minutes. There you are. Okay, so the time is up. I need you to please come back. Hello, hello. Where are you, Jeremy, Johan, Roosevelt, Javier, Gilda? Hello, hello. Are you there? Okay, excellent. We are back. Super. I see you. Hi, Roosevelt, Jeremy. Are you there? Hello, Johan. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Hello. Are you okay? Why did you come late? What happened? Johan, why did you come late? ¿Por qué llegaste tarde? Are you okay?
Yes, teacher. Tuve que salir en la mañana a hacer unas actividades.
Okay. You were busy at work or at university?
No, actividades aparte, personales.
Okay, don't worry. So, very happy to see you. And we got Gilda. Hello, Gilda. Good afternoon.
Hello, teacher. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Long time, Gilda. A los tiempos, cuéntame, tell me. ¿Cómo has estado? How are you?
No tan bien, teacher.
Not so good. What happened?
Con problemas personales.
Okay, yes, actually, Gilda, we need to talk about that because remember that we did the final exam. That was like 4 weeks ago, casi hace 4 semanas, right? Hace un mes, 1 month ago. And you didn't do all of them, right? Creo que tú no los hiciste todos o sí, I don't remember.
No, no pude. Me faltan dos nomás. Dos exámenes de hacer porque la universidad ni bien empezábamos clases ya teníamos deberes. Y sin explicarnos de qué era ni la materia, nada. Tuvimos que hacer ahí al autoeducarnos y hacer nosotros mismos los deberes. Esta semana estuvimos full.
Yes, okay, because I guess they are not available. Déjame hablar con la coordinator porque ya no te van a aparecer ya no te va a aparecer en el aula virtual, ¿no? En el aula virtual de aquí de la Academy no te va a aparecer los exámenes ya. Así que bueno, pero bienvenida, welcome. Ya vemos, ya me pongo en contacto y vamos con ello, okay? We go with that.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So let's get ready to move on. We started talking, we started learning about languages, and we can carry on, we can continue to the next one. And pay attention because here we go. What are we going to do right now? We are going to do a reading activity that is a reflection in how important it is to control the use of superlatives. We were checking about the way that we can compare, the way that we can use comparisons for sure, and superlative is one of them. But what happens? In some cases, we're going to realize that we use a lot of superlatives, even in unnecessary events. So we are going to read an article about that, about how we use superlatives, and the most important, what are the suggestions, what are the tips to stop using superlatives. So this is on the next page, page number 32, yeah? People curve your enthusiasm. People curve your enthusiasm. Pay attention, because we are going to read, we are going to identify new words, and at the same time, we are going to see what is the reflection of this article, how we are supposed to stop using superlatives that much. So let's get ready, because I need all your participation, and we are going to start with Javier. Okay, are you there, Javier? Please, Javier, I need you to read the first paragraph.
One of the things that makes language fascinating is always evolving, but sometimes we have to intervene with that evolution. One of the signs is now. There's a current trend where people are resorting to exaggeration when sensible alternatives will do. We're too quick to reach for superlative words or phrases to communicate everyday occurrence. This unhealthy practice began on the street, but now it's creeping into the workplace and everyday conversations. By street, I mean the colloquial zeitgeist, Facebook status updates, tweets, hashtags, trends, and dialogue between fully grown adults trying to be cool when they really should know better.
Okay, thank you, Javier. We got it here, okay? So, here we have some words, and I want you to help me because together we're going to identify the meaning of them, the bold words. Trend. What is trend?
Trend is tendencia.
Excellent. This is something that many people do, right? It's a trend, for example, to take pictures and make like using artificial intelligence, using AI, you transform your picture into AI. So a trend, this is something that many people do. Let's continue. Let's carry on. Sensible. What is sensible?
Sensible.
It looks like sensible, but it's not.
Sensato.
Sensato, okay? That means that you are using common sense. Common sense, sensible, that means that you use common sense to do something. Excellent. Let's carry on to the next, that is creeping. Creeping, what is it? Creeping, I guess in Spanish we have a word that is kind of similar, that it could be escalando, adentrándose, okay? That means that it's something in development and it's getting in every time. But now it's creeping into the workplace and everyday conversations. Okay? And here we have one word that, of course, we were learning about loan words, and this is zeitgeist. Spirit of the time. The translation, this word comes from German. The sideways, that means the things that we do every day. As for example, Facebook status updates, tweets, hashtag trends, and dialogues. So, creeping, and finally cool, I guess this is the one that you know. Cool is like nice. Something that we do and is so cool. Let's carry on. Let's continue to the next, and here you go. Please, I need your help now. Can you read the next paragraph? You can help me now, Jeremy, from one of the worst offenders until experienced.
One of the worst offenders is the phrase the pixel. You may have seen and preceded by a hashtag or followed by a column. Then the report of a mere inconvenience, such as missing a bus, missing a train, or bus is not an epic fail. An epic fail was the sinking of the Titanic when it was marketed as the unsinkable ship.
Continue until experienced.
Okay. And the other end of the scale are the words intense and awesome. They're misheard so often. Their meanings have almost been corrupted. It was intense is used to refer to something that was often no better than pretty good. Rather than incredible or more powerful than almost anything I have ever experienced.
Okay, thank you. So, I'm pretty sure that you have seen on social networks, TikTok, Instagram, this phrase, epic fail. What is the meaning? What do you think that it refers to when we are talking about an epic fail? And since we are using social networks, of course, you're going to see hashtag epic fail. What is it, Roosevelt? Have you seen this?
La traducción oficial sería fallo épico, ¿no?
Ajá.
I suppose, I guess, they put that when they want see that a fail, no?
Okay.
I suppose.
Yeah, sure. Roosevelt, you're right. The translation fallo épico, but something to be epic, remember that epic means something that is really, really hard to happen. That means something that happens maybe once in a century. Okay? Something that is epic is something that you tell me, okay, teacher, this only happened once, this only happened twice, something that is not so common to happen. Epic. I'm talking about epic fail. The first example of that, as for example, the sinking of the Titanic. This was an epic fail, right? Because you know, this was a very, very big ship. Many people died. Many people died. So, of course, that is an epic fail. But the hashtag that we use, the posts that we see every day, are not like epic fails. They are more than a mere inconvenience. A mere inconvenience, un mero inconveniente, we can call it, right, Dad? That is something, well, it's something bad for sure, but it's not that bad. It's not epic. It's just bad. Something bad, a bad situation that happened. Okay, thank you. And for sure, intense and awesome. Intense, that is something like, wow, super intense. And same for awesomes. And especially with this word, if you go to the US, in America, you're going to hear a lot. Hey, that was awesome. Like fabuloso, sorprendente, asombroso. This is a word that we use and overuse and not even in the right context. Okay, thank you. Let's carry on, please. Let's continue to the next. I need your help. Can you read it now, please, Johan? From this, where is it? From similarly until the next row. Go, please, Johan.
Okay. Similarly, our song is rarely used properly. Of course, our inspiration is subjective. For example, I am struck with away at the Kurtzborns documentaries, the Manhattan skyline from Brooklyn, or Taylor Swift's peculiar tweets. These are things that make me catch my breath. I just not.
Continue. I'm just not.
I'm just not convinced that someone will bring you back the chocolate bar from the storehouse and you expect give food be. I would soon think yes, generous and giving, but no those. Even though is starting to be misuse indeed that helpful email joke actually made you lol pause for so before you hit reply with two three letters. Is WME might be more IPT, smile with mild amused, probably a more honest description of your reaction.
Okay, thank you. Excellent, Johan. You got it well. And I am going to stop here. Do you remember, Johan, what is the meaning of LOL? LOL is the acronymus of a different word. What is LOL? Johan.
I don't remember, pero es como burla.
Laughing, yeah, the first one is laughing.
I don't remember.
Don't remember. Okay, LOL, the translation, yeah, remember is an acronymus that means is the contraction of the real meaning. Laughing out loud. That could be translated as riéndome súper fuerte, okay? Laughing out loud. I guess the most accurate translation in Ecuadorian Spanish, we would say as, esto es un cague de risa, no? We say that in Spanish, in Ecuadorian Spanish, LOL, lol. But what happens probably whenever you are texting, whenever you are reading a conversation, you are going to find this, okay? Laughing out loud, lol. I may tell you, lol, we should use this when something is incredible, or I may tell you amazingly funny. It's like ha 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 ha, okay? But actually, we use it for everything. Lol. For example, oh no, Jeremy got a problem with his connection. Lol. Roosevelt's, I don't know, Roosevelt's bus or Roosevelt's car is damaged. Lol. Javier is sick. Lol. We shouldn't use that much because remember, this is the acronymus of laughing out loud. That means that something is very funny, extremely funny, that makes you laugh a lot. Okay, let's carry on. Let's continue with the next one, and here it comes. Yeah, please, I need your help. Can you help me reading the next paragraph? Go ahead, please. Roosevelt from the workplace until 3.
Okay. The workplace is now crawling with example of this. It was highly successful. It's too often used without any objective measure as evidence. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Another frequent inaccurate phrase. Were you really overwhelmed or you places? There's a market difference. In general conversations, too, were grasping shrouds for emphasis. And ex-colleague of mine had a habit of using to be brutally honest with you. When she had very ordinary news to deliver, such as such, such as when I asked the time to be brutally honest with you, Gary. It's 3:30.
Okay, thank you, Roosevelt. And here we have some new vocabulary. Crawling. What is crawling?
Lleno.
We can call like that, okay? There's something crawling, como llenándose, okay? There is something crawling with example of that. Overwhelmed.
Saturado.
Abrumado, sobresaturado. That means that there is like something surrounding you and is pushing you to do something like that, okay? I'm overwhelmed. Sobresaturado, abrumado. That means that you have a lot of things to do, a lot of things in mind. And the last one, this is the one that makes me laugh. To be brutally honest with you. Brutally honest with you. What is it?
Brutalmente honesto, pero la frase completa sería, tengo que ser brutalmente honesto contigo.
Exactly. So, I think in our daily lives, we are honest. We are not brutally honest. Okay? I guess in this case, it is important just to say, to be honest with you. Para ser honesto contigo. There's no need to use brutally because I believe that in a normal conversation, you don't have to be brutally honest with you. It is unnecessary to use brutally. If you say, for example, teacher, to be honest with you, I am tired. Teacher, to be honest with you, I am bored. I understand because you are being honest, but not brutally. Brutalmente honesto is like, what? Why? Again, we are overusing this expression and is not necessary in that context. Okay? Very good. Let's carry on. And we are going to do the last one. Okay, I think. Yeah, Gilda, please, you can read the last one. I'm not suggesting until correct. Please. Are you there, Gilda? Please read the last paragraph. Hello, hello, Gilda. Can you hear me? Guess there is a problem. No worries, we can go again. Okay, Gilda, you go. Please read from I'm not suggesting until correct.
Okay, teacher. I know you hesitate we so communicate like boring robot. Comic exaggeration has the place, but in this example about it's not comics. No one has actually logic or even smell and ay Dios.
Epic fail.
Yeah, unless we limit superlative, we devaluate our language. Leaving you use with all adequate adjective sustain for remarkable occasion. Searching for a more appropriate alternative before bringing or to be good, we allow to as a magazine successful or catastrophic incidents than the wow factor. The third, not that really will be a wisdom or actuality use correct?
Remember, the pronunciation of this is awesome. Okay?
Oh,
Awesome.
awesome.
Excellent. This how we can call it as awesome.
Awesome. Awesome.
Like incredible, amazing, awesome. Okay. So thank you. We got it. Thank you, Gilda. Over here, we have a very important point. Unless we limit superlatives, we devalue our language. That means that we are using and overusing the superlative can provoke that, of course. For remarkable occasions, we may not use them properly. Of course, for example, if you may tell me, teacher, yesterday there was an earthquake in Esmeraldas, and that was terrible. That was brutally terrible. There were so many destruction in the houses, in the buildings. Yes, right? Because that is a situation that is not so common. But for example, you may tell me, teacher, yesterday I missed the bus. Ayer perdí el bus. I missed the bus. I got late to work. Llegué tarde al trabajo. It's not like an epic fail. Yeah, it's a situation that happens, a bad situation for sure, but we shouldn't use the superlative for that occasion. Okay? So this is something really interesting. And nowadays with social networks, I am sure that you see many of them, okay? As that was an epic fail. Oh my gosh. But actually it isn't. It is just a bad situation, but not epic. Okay? Tell me, have you got any question? Okay, perfect. So we are ready and we can continue to the next part. We are going to focus now on modal verbs and how we can use them for different occasions. If you ask me, teacher, what is a modal verb? I don't want you to memorize the meaning of modal verb. I want you to remember the use, because I don't care a lot about the meaning. I do care more about the verb. So remember, modal verbs are verbs that we can use whenever we are referring to specific situations, and in most of cases, they can be for obligations, prohibitions, advices, obligations, prohibitions, advices, permissions, certainty, and abilities. According to the situation, according to what we want to talk, we can use a different modal verb. One for obligation, for prohibition, advice, permission, certainty, and abilities. So we are going to remember and we are going to identify the meaning of all these verbs, these modal verbs. Okay? Obligations, prohibitions, advices, permissions, certainty, and abilities. Okay, here you go. Okay, wait a minute as I share the screen, and here you go. Okay, please, what are we going to check now? I am going to show you some examples, and I need you to try to identify, according to the context, what is the model that we should use in this gap. I repeat one more time, you are going to read the sentence, and then according to what you read, you need to tell me what is the modal verb that we should use in this gap according to the context. So please read and you tell me.
I can't.
Oh, wow, excellent. It is so noisy that I can't remember negative. What I can hear what the teacher is saying. In this case, the modal can't, we use it for an ability. But in this case, it's negative, so it's an ability that I can't do. Está tan ruidoso, it is so noisy, that I can't hear what the teacher is saying. It is so noisy that I can hear what the teacher is saying. Perfect. Let's continue to the next. Here we go. Serena be reprimanded for being mean to her friend. Tell me, in this case, what is the model that we should use?
Should be.
Repeat, Jeremy.
Should.
Should be. Serena should be reprimanded for being mean to her friend. And what is the meaning of should?
Debe.
Yeah, but as an obligation or as what?
Serena, maybe.
The word is should, yes. But remember, should is an advice. Un consejo, ¿no? Is an advice. Serena debería ser reprimanded, es como reprendida, reprimanded, for being mean to her friend. In this case, we are talking about an advice. Okay, advice. Should, remember, is the model for advices. Let's continue. Please, next question. You adhere to safety rules. You adhere to safety rules.
Most.
Wow, congratulations. It seems like you're super pros in this, okay? What is the meaning, Jeremy, of must?
Tener que o deber que.
Excellent.
An obligation.
Obligation. Whenever you are working, for example, that you are working at a factory, maybe you are working at a place where there are many rules, it is important that you follow, it is your obligation that you follow the rules, the safety rules. Tú debes adherirte a las reglas de seguridad. You must adhere to the safety rules. Okay? Okay, let's continue to the next. Here you go. Okay, they break the promise no matter what. They break the promise no matter what. Ellos romper la promesa no importa qué, no matter what. O sin importar qué, no matter what.
They won't.
They want like an obligation, prohibition, advice. No, what do you think, Johan? What do you think, Javier? What is the model for this situation, for this context?
They can't.
They can't, like a prohibition.
Must.
Yes. Actually, you're right. Pay attention. Can't and mustn't. In this context, they are similar. We are referring to a prohibition. ¿Ok? Ellos no pueden romper la promesa o ellos no deben romper la promesa, no matter what. Is a prohibition, okay? Is a prohibition something that they mustn't do. Okay? Don't worry, don't forget, can't and must, we use it to talk about prohibitions. They can't break the promise no matter what. They mustn't break the promise no matter what. Okay? Nice, let's continue. Next question. You clean your bedroom on Fridays. You clean your bedroom on Fridays.
You should.
Should, yeah, should is like an advice, but for obligation.
You have to or you must.
Excellent, okay? You have to. You have to clean your bedroom on Fridays. Again, have to and must, remember both of them are obligations. Tú tienes que o tú debes, no? You have to or you must. You have to or you must. ¿Estamos? Yes? Yeah. One more, okay? One more and we can carry on. We can continue to the next. We make the vegetables in the microwave. They are better on the stove. We make the vegetables in the microwave. They are better on the stove.
We wouldn't.
We wouldn't. As a prohibition, as a suggestion, a recommendation.
Preference.
Preference. We wouldn't. I don't think is the most suitable for this. Shouldn't. Like a recommendation, like an advice. Okay? Preference, no, we are going to check later, but yeah, wouldn't is for preference. But in this case, shouldn't. Nosotros no deberíamos, we shouldn't make the vegetables in the microwave. They are better on the stove. Okay? Yes, and one more, okay? One more, and I guess that Okay, two more. Sorry, two more. And after that, we can finish and we can take a break. You eat healthy food.
You should it.
You should. You should eat healthy food. And don't forget the pronunciation of this word. It is written as should. You may tell me, teacher, it is written as should. But whenever we are saying, remember, it sounds like a should. Okay, should. No O, no L. You should. You should eat healthy food. Got it?
The pronunciation of similar with should, the disparate.
Ah, yeah, but that is with T, okay? And pay attention. Should, in this case, the U, the sound is longer, okay? I really want you to shoot. Shoot like this. La U se escucha un poquito más larga, ¿no? Shoot. In this case, it's similar, but just a short. La U se escucha más corta, ¿no? Shoot. You shoot. Got it? No shoot, because shoot, we are referring to the action. In this case, shoot, deberías, okay? A short U. Okay? Perfect. And the last one, we finished. Tell me what model we gotta use for prohibitions.
Must.
Must is for obligations, but the opposite, Jeremy. Must in negative.
Mustn't.
Excellent, mustn't. And the other?
Haven't to.
No.
Shouldn't.
Can't. Can't. Yeah, mustn't or can't, remember, is for prohibitions. Okay, mustn't or can't for prohibitions. ¿Estamos? Yes? Okay, we can take a break, my dear students, and afterwards we are going to check the other models for permissions, for certainty, and uncertainty. So let me share you the screen now. We're gonna have 15 more minutes, please, and see you after that. Listo, vamos al break. Let's go to a break and see you after that, okay? Hold on. Okay, so the break is over. Please come back. Hello, where are you, Roosevelt, Javier, Jeremy, Johan? Can you hear me?
Jessica.
Okay, perfect. So we are ready to carry on, and we are going to finish for today with the last activity. Yeah, just to finish for today talking about models, remember that these modal verbs, we can use them according to the situation that we want to refer. Obligation, prohibition, advice, recommendation, but let's focus now on the way that we can express certainty and also permissions. And let's go with this, okay? Certainty. Certainty, don't forget, we use it whenever we are making deductions. And the same models that we learn, we can also use them to make deductions. So let's get ready and let's remember the way that we can express deductions. So give me a second and let me go with that, okay? Okay, deductions and speculations. This is what we are going to check. Just let me open the screen and here it comes. Wait, I just need to put it here and let's go with that. And here it comes, okay? Well, there's a problem. I'm trying to fix it. So here it comes, okay? Well, I don't know what's going on. There's a problem with my computer, but anyway, I'm gonna try to fix it and let me put it like that, okay? I am going to open this document then. If this is not working. Okay, let's focus then on this. I don't know what happened with my presentation. There is a problem here, but anyway, I am going to explain you with this, okay? What is a deduction? Don't forget, a deduction is something that we deduce, is a conclusion that we do based on an evidence. So based on that evidence, we can give right or proper deductions. Okay, let me share you the screen now and let me put it and let me share with that, okay? Here it comes. It all depends, my dear students, on the certainty that we have. What is certainty? Remember, certeza, certainty. Certainty for sure, whenever we are talking about something that we are sure it is a reality, okay? For example, let's suppose that, okay? Roosevelt lived in France for 10 years. Roosevelt lived in France for 10 years. Okay, this is the evidence. Remember, what I'm writing now is not the deduction, this is the evidence. Roosevelt lived in France for 10 years. So, in this case, what is the deduction? Tell me, Jeremy, if Roosevelt lived in France for 10 years, based on this evidence, what can you deduce about the language? Do you think that
Um,
Roosevelt can speak or no?
just Roosevelt can speak French.
Excellent. In this case, we have certainty about that, okay? Roosevelt lived in France for 10 years. So what is my deduction with certainty? He must speak French. Roosevelt lived in France for 10 years. He must speak French. The same verb, the same model that we use to talk about the obligation, we can also use it to talk about the deduction. But remember, a deduction with certainty. Certainty, remember, that means that you are, I may tell you, 99.99% that you are sure that this is true, okay? Roosevelt lived in France for 10 years. He must speak French. Okay? Roosevelt lived in France for 10 years. He must speak French. Got it? Let's carry on. Let's continue to the next. So here it comes. Now remember, when we have uncertainty, in this case, let me tell you, like 50-50, like so-so, as we say, right? 50% certainty and 50% uncertainty. In this case, we use the models may or might or could. For example, Jeremy isn't at home. This is the evidence. Jeremy isn't at home. So what is my deduction? Well, Jeremy isn't at home. He might be at the park. Jeremy isn't at home. He might be at the park. Jeremy no está en casa. My deduction, but I'm not sure about it. He might be at the park. Él podría estar en el parque, okay? In this case, I am not sure about it. I am making my deduction, but I don't have that evidence as in the first case. That's why I gotta use might. Got it? And remember, we can also use for negative. For example, we could say Johan. Let's go with Johan. Johan didn't come to work. Johan no vino a trabajar. Johan didn't come to work. This is the evidence. And let's suppose that. Let's suppose and let's make a deduction about that. He may not be in the city. Johan didn't come to work. He may not be in the city. In this case, I am making a deduction, but remember, it's negative. Él puede que no esté en la ciudad. No, the translation could be as that. Él puede no estar en la ciudad. He may not be in the city. Is my deduction, but remember, I don't have evidence, I don't have certainty about it. Okay? Or not okay?
It's the same case, but it's the different words. No?
Excellent, that's a good question, Roosevelt. For this, for uncertainty, the models could be might, may, or could. You can use any of them. You can use any of them whenever we are making deductions. They have a similar meaning. podría, puede que, okay? Uncertainty. Got it? And remember, this could be for positive or for negative. Might, might not. May not. Okay? Yes, got it, Javier. Don't worry. Have an excellent weekend then and see you next week. Okay, Javier?
Okay, thank you.
Take care. Take care a lot. Don't worry, because after that we finish, this is the last part of the class. We're going to do the last activity and we can finish with that, okay? Yes, and let's go with the last one and we finish with this. Is whenever we are certainty. Yeah, we're going to finish afterwards. Now let's talk about certainty, but let's change. Let's put the opposite, okay? In the first case, we have certainty and we are sure that something is real. We are going to talk about certainty, but the opposite, we are sure that something isn't true. Okay? For example, let's go with that, okay? I just saw Gildan at the supermarket. I just saw Gildan at the supermarket. Acabo de ver a Gilda en el supermarket. So what is the certainty? She can't be at home. Okay? In this case, I have the certainty, but the certainty that something isn't true. I just saw Gilda at the supermarket. She can't be at home. Yes or no? Is the opposite, okay? In the first case, we have certainty that Roosevelt can speak French because he live in France. In the other case, can you see it? I have certainty, but certainty that something isn't true. I just saw Gilda at the supermarket. Acabo de ver a Gilda en el supermarket. She can't be at home. No puede estar en casa. No, she can't be at home. Got it?
Why not use the same word that the first case? For example, she mustn't. Why?
She mustn't. Well, it's a good question. You tell me, teacher, if this is certainty for positive, for negative should be mustn't. But I think that is mainly because of mustn't is more for prohibitions. Yes? So, can't is also for prohibitions, but is stronger. Is stronger, that's why we can use can't for this, okay? For a deduction, and you are sure that something isn't true. Okay? Got it? This is the rule. Yeah, you tell me, teacher, debería ser mustn't. It should be mustn't, but actually, mustn't is not for deductions, just for prohibitions. Okay? Got it? Any question? Tell me, please. Now is clear or no clear?
Clear.
Clear.
Okay. And we are going to finish, yeah, the last part. I promise you, this is the last part. We already learned about the models for deductions, prohibitions, obligations, advices, and we are going to finish with models that we can use to express preference. Okay, so whenever we are expressing preference, it's actually way easier because a preference is something that you prefer. When, for example, you have two options, you may tell me, teacher, I prefer this. So we are going to identify and we are going to do it with the next game. Pay attention because here you go. Since you know, nowadays, we use artificial intelligence for many tasks. For write a report, for write an essay. Some people even use it for writing a thesis. And for sure, I am sure that you have used to generate pictures. What are we going to do now? I am going to share you the next screen, and in this screen we are going to play a game that is human or artificial intelligence, human or AI. So what is this about? I am going to show you two pictures and you have to discover which one was made by a human and which one was made by artificial intelligence. Are you ready? Pay attention and here we go. Okay, take a look at the two pictures to the left and to the right, and I need you to tell me now which one was made by artificial intelligence and which one was made by humans. Got it? Yeah, take a look carefully, and there you go. So let's check now. Tell me, in your opinion, let's start with Johan. Tell me, Johan, which one do you consider was created by AI and which one by a human? Johan? Sorry, yes, I muted you, and now I got it.
Okay, in my opinion, the picture number one, I consider the EA because the second picture is a draw.
And which one do you prefer, AI or a human?
Mm, mm, I think the EA, I no prefer. Bueno, la primera fotografía también podríamos hacerlo con diseño gráfico, no generalmente claro que sería mucho más complicado. Eh, de lo que yo he utilizado, lo que es inteligencia artificial, hay ciertas cosas que no nos generan como uno quiere. Entonces, en diseño gráfico es muy complicado.
Okay. So, in your opinion, do you prefer the AI or the human? Which one?
Currently, the human.
Okay, super. I prefer, okay? The way that we can express preference, we could say I prefer, or you can say I like more. I prefer or I like more. Well, thank you, Johan. You got it. And yeah, you're right. This picture was made with artificial intelligence, and this one was made by a human. Okay, let's go with one more difficult this time. Okay. Please, I want to know your opinion, Roosevelt, in your opinion, which one was made by AI and which one was made by a human?
Um, my opinion is the picture right is Ella
Hmm?
because it's more clean and the Ella have this trend for make a picture more clean.
Okay, excellent. And to the left, this is human.
Yeah, I
And
think.
yeah, don't worry, let's discover. And which do you prefer, the human or the AI?
A little more the pictures is more clean, is more clear. So Ella.
AI, okay. You're right. So this was made by a human. Something that you gotta know about that is that usually in the for example, in the case of colors, in the case of details, humans we make more mistakes. As you can see, this picture is not so clear, and I believe that is because we are humans, we make mistakes. Artificial intelligence, they also make mistakes for sure, but at least in the details, I think AI is better. Okay, thank you. Let's carry on to the next. Okay, way more difficult. Tell me, Jeremy, in your opinion, which one was made using AI and which one was made by a human?
Uh, the left picture, it was made by AI, and the right picture it's human.
Why? Why do you consider this is AI and why this is human?
The first I think that there's AI, the uh, because it seems more animated. The the art, the kind of art that they are use similar to the first picture.
Okay. And Jeremy, which do you prefer, AI or human?
Uh, in this case, I prefer AI.
AI. Okay. In this case, but in general,
In general, I prefer human.
okay, right? For example, I have realized when it comes, because, well, the first picture looks like a 3D, right? And I have realized that artificial intelligence can create 3D pictures better than humans. And the second is 2D, okay? So at first sight, it doesn't look so beautiful because I guess that we prefer 3D rather than 2D. And on the other side too, remember there are some mistakes that humans do, okay? Now, one more, and we can check it out. Okay, are you there? Tell me, Gilda, which picture was generated by AI and which one by a human? Okay, are you there, Gilda? Tell me. No? All right, we can help Gilda. Tell me, which one was generated by AI? Number 1 or number 2? Which one was AI and which one was a human? Todos, please, everybody. You can help me and we can finish after this.
I think that the second is human.
Okay. Do you agree, Roosevelt? Do you agree, Johan?
Yeah, I agree because the second picture have the loose color, pérdida de color,
Yeah, color loose.
color loose. Yeah, and the Laia Tia no have this. It's more clean, it's more linear.
Hey, yes, right? I have realized, for example, loose color, this is something that human we do, okay? It's a part of mistake. Okay, so just to finish for today, don't forget what expressions can we use to express preference? I prefer, I like more, or you can also say I'm more into to express that, okay? For example, you may tell me, teacher, I prefer AI more than humans because it looks better and no color loose, the details are better. But you may tell me, teacher, I like more human because in this case, I can see the natural touch. It looks very natural, looks realistic. So this one, okay? I'm more into this one too. And the last one, I'm keen to. I'm keen to. That also means estoy más inclinado a. I'm keen to. That means which you prefer. ¿Estamos? We get it? These ones remember to express preference. Any question? Johan, Roosevelt, Jeremy? No, right? Okay, so we can finish for today. We officially finished unit number 3, and next week we are going to start with unit number 4, and also next week we are supposed to do a new quiz. Remember that every 2 weeks, every 2 units, we are going to take a review quiz. So right now we officially finished number 1. Let me see. Oh, yes, and I guess that I told you your grades. Creo que sí les dije las notas, ¿no? O no les dije, didn't tell you. Yeah. Let me share you now with this, and here you go. And Jeremy, oh yeah, because Jeremy, you didn't come to that class, but please, Jeremy, you are going to open the platform and you have chance to do this, okay? The progress evaluations of unit 1 and 2. Okay? Yeah, Jeremy, tú faltaste, you didn't come to that class, por eso es que no lo hiciste, you didn't do it, pero puedes hacerlo, you still have time to do it. Don't worry about that, okay? Yeah, super, Johan and Roosevelt, perfect. 17 out of 20, 18 out of 20. Vamos bien in reading. We're doing well in reading. In writing, excellent, 10 out of 10. Felicitaciones, super. And listening, Johan, 16 out of 20, and Roosevelt, 17 out of 20. Yeah, what was the mistake? Maybe one mistake. Oh, here. Okay, but 3 mistakes. Congratulations, because I think that you did it well. Vamos bien, no, we are doing well. Roosevelt, Johan. Jeremy, don't forget to do it, okay? Yeah, late.
Okay.
Perfect, no more questions then. That's going to be all for today. Roosevelt?
Yo tengo una pregunta. Cuando